Hey everyone, wanted to do a quick video rundown showing you some of the features that you can use in your menu items within content that will allow you to highlight some of the things that you want students to focus on and help organize it in a way that makes a lot of sense. Quite often when we see courses in Blackboard, you'll see something like this demo, which is really not a very good example. You can see that there are some old content buttons in here, some old contacts and policies and things that just aren't relevant anymore. Quite often the default has content buttons that you just don't use. So this, for example, is external links. I don't have any use for that, so I need to just get rid of it. Sometimes you'll end up with two faculty buttons depending on where you copied over. So the first thing that you can do to help your students is just to clean it up. A little bit of house cleaning, maybe 30 seconds is all it takes at the beginning of the term to get it narrowed down only to the things that your students actually need. So, but you can see here the FontBond resources and student resources, these are actually subheaders. So one of the common things in Blackboard is if you go up to this little plus sign, then you've got a couple of organizing options down here at the bottom. There's subheader and there's divider. So if I select divider, remember it's brand new, so it kicks all the way to the bottom. And I can use that to separate some of my content. So let's say I want my course content in a separate area. So I'm going to surround that with dividers. You don't have to, but you know, it's a way for me to kind of keep things organized here. So when I turn my edit mode off, then I can see that, you know, it's got it nice and separated. Say I want my course information, my course content in one specific area, then that's all set. You can also use a subheader here. You could incorporate something like it says content, course content, or you know, something like that that gives you this kind of distinction. But another option that a lot of people don't know about is bolding and italicizing your information. So let's say I do want my course information, my course content together, but course content is really where they're going to spend all of their time. So I want to make sure that that really pops out to them. All I have to do is click on the drop down and go to rename link. And to do that, I just need to add some information to bold here. So I do my little identifiers for bold and for italicize, and I do the same thing at the end. And then when I do that, I click OK, and then you can see that it really stands out quite a bit more. So if I turn it off, my edit mode off, this is what students see. So it really kind of sticks out and says, okay, this is where I need to be for most of my stuff. So that sort of thing can be very helpful. Just as another quick aside here, if you go down to customization and teaching style, you don't have to just stick with the template colors that are chosen. You can change back and forth between a course menu and buttons, or you can go through an entire course theme. If you scroll through here, these are all preloaded themes for your class that give you different colors and pictures, images, things like that. So that you might want to scroll through those if you haven't already. But if you go into course menu style, you can see that it's got a blue in the background and then the text color is black, but you've got any number of choices here. So if I wanted to make this more, I don't know, FontBond purple or something, so we'll go for FontBond colors. Let's just see how that works. Maybe like that. Okay, so I can certainly go with something like that, and that can change up the way that it looks, or I can go to buttons, and if you click on button library, then you can see that it's got a whole list of different possibilities here. Now these are, the button types are striped here, but you can do solids, you can do patterns, lots of different choices here. You can even change the shape of it. It's rectangular here, but you can go to rounded corners, you can go to rounded ends. So it just really depends on how, you know, involved you want to get in it. But there are lots of different choices, so kind of play around with it a little bit. Now after you're done with that, let's say I'll go ahead and just select the violet button here and hit submit. And then you can see it changed over to more of a button format. And so that obviously gives it a very different look. So you can see here that the subheaders aren't really the best choice when you're using buttons. They're really easy to see when you're in a text option. But with buttons, it's a little bit trickier. So I don't know that I'd necessarily recommend that for this particular style. So that's the kind of thing you just want to be aware of what the tools are and play around with it a little bit until you feel like it has the right look that students know exactly where to go in your course. But if you have any questions, let me know.